and the masters of the universe. I am
Manwich,
Prince of Eternia and defender of the secrets of Castle Grayskull. This is
Rich,
my fearless friend. Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said, by the power of
Papa Podcast. Manwich. Rich
became the mighty Battle Cat, and I became
Manwich
the most powerful
Podcast.
in the universe. Only 3 others share this secret. Our friends,
Ken,
Mike,
together we defend
America
from the evil forces of
woke. Manwich.
Man, something just said something to me in the yes. This is Mike.
This is Ken.
And this is Rich. And this is
Manwich.
All right.
What's going on, man?
Oh, killer clown from space.
Killer clowns from outer space. I don't know, man. I want to see a part 2. Get that crowdfunded, or we can make a fake one.
Yeah, they ain't gonna do it because the little kids to
Do
get
it.
scared
No,
of
that's
clowns.
not why.
They don't want to be scared of
They-
clowns. In society, in the new society, they say, "Oh, that's not good for my kid to watch. That's too scary.
Don't
They're
waste
gonna
popcorn.
hate clowns." You know.
Don't be wasting the popcorn.
Hey, no, what they just, I don't know what it was. It was like they were gonna do another thing with John Carpenter
Yeah.
directing it. Now the original thing it's a let's say, okay, it's like a brilliant, it's brilliant.
Yeah, at first it wasn't. Everybody didn't like it, and then all of a sudden everybody started liking that movie called Classic, right? The Thing.
Yeah,
That's right. Whatever happened to that dude and the other guy at the end?
I know, right? And now Kurt Russell's only getting older, and I used to remember the actor's name that you're talking about.
Yeah, Kurt
I hate to
Russell.
say like the black guy, but I used to know him by his name, kind of like the guy from Ghostbusters. I used to know his name. Now it's like the bad guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's the both of them are still alive, and of course, you know, Kurt Russell is still in acting, but so is the other guy. The other guy's
Freeman?
still in act. Huh?
Freeman.
No,
Time
no,
for a
no.
movie.
No,
different guy.
no, not Morgan Freeman. But no, not Morgan Freeman. But yeah, definitely.
Larry
Two-
Costanza.
Larry, no, Dave Chappelle, no.
Oh, no, I was going to say that next, but I eliminated that one.
No, I was gonna say that was another film that they scrapped, and John Carpenter, he was all for it. Like he was willing to spend some of his own money. You guys want to take a prison phone call?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Hello.
Let's do some prison call in between here.
Hello, you have a call at no expense to you from an inmate at Racine Correctional Institution. To accept this call, press 5. All calls other than properly placed attorney calls may be monitored and recorded. Thank you for using IC Solutions.
Couldn't hear you.
You may begin speaking now.
What the hell is going on?
What's up, man? What's going down?
I see your buddy Harvey. I seen your buddy Alabama.
He's right here. Look at him. And then we got another one. We got all 3 of us
Yeah,
all
you got-
talking to you.
Yeah, you're live on the podcast right now.
Yeah,
Pulver.
dude. Welcome.
What's
So-
going on?
What's that?
How is it in the state college you're in?
My,
I see Alabama.
yeah, hold on, Pulver. I hear you. What my stepdad, he's asking you because my stepdad's asking you how is it in prison? That's what, because you're live on a podcast, dude. Like everybody's gonna hear you.
Yeah, they're gonna hear
It's
you.
a good thing. We're having fun, you know. It's like what's going on?
Ain't bad at all.
Hey, so here you can talk to my stepdad now. Go right ahead. Ask him what you just asked him. Why you so shy?
Hey, a lot of shit going down in that place.
What?
A lot of shit going down in that place there.
You don't.
No, no. Not there. No, there's you do good.
We're having.
Yeah,
They
everything-
got J&J. They got J&J locked on all day long now.
Hey, hey, Pulver. I'm gonna ask my stepdad this, just so when we're talking, you're engaged in the conversation. All right. If I'm not talking to you, you're still in the conversation. When you went to prison, well, I'm talking to my stepdad now, so just listen. When you went to prison, Ken, was there a training day? Did they have a training day there for the COs?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I never had none.
No, see, listen, what I'm trying to tell you, what I'm asking my stepdad, Pulver, is because he had been in prison, right? He was in prison in the early 90s. They didn't have training day, but today they have this training day. Tell my brother and my stepdad about training day. Tell them what happens.
Yeah, tell us what's going on.
J&J, you're locked down 10 days now because it's a brand new rule. And before you weren't, but now you are. And you just stay in your room all day long. You can't do anything. You can't go anywhere. No rack, no courtyard, no day room, no nothing.
Complete lockdown?
For
Yep.
how long?
Complete lockdown.
For how long?
All next day.
Until the next day, so a whole 24 hours.
Yep.
Wow.
Until yeah.
Training day. How many times does that happen? All the time? Is that once a week? Is it once a week?
Once a month.
Once
Once
a
a
month?
month. And there's two training days now. They had 2 training days. I don't know when the second one happens, but the first one is at the 4th of the month.
Hey, isn't that it's 2 training days a month now, right?
48 hour.
Dude, you know why that is? My opinion. And I'm asking my brother this, Pulver. That's because
I don't know when the second one is, but there's 2 of them when they're
Yeah. What I was saying.
things that we got.
What I-
Things that we got now, we locked down all day long. They know they got something like that. They say they go right on, so the same way. So they say we do the same thing from now on too.
All right, listen.
But the first 3 got
Okay. What I was trying to do, I was telling my brother that my opinion, and you too, Ken, my opinion is the reason why they have 2 training days is because
yeah.
like they don't do nothing. It's like it's literally you just come in and do nothing. Come in and do nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like
I don't see why they used to let us out in the day room. I don't see why we can't go out in the day room. All we do is just train and steal. Why can't we go out in the day room and do our thing?
I think
That's
they're
where
gonna
you're
have 3 days is going to be coming up pretty soon. I think they're going to have
They
like
could,
3
you
days.
know
Like
what
one
they-
in the beginning, and they're going to have that in the middle, and then one near the end.
what they did was they took it.
Yeah.
What they done is they've used the COVID pandemic as a means to take advantage of. No, I'm not saying that was. It's not like they're a member of the Illuminati.
They
and the
did
New
a lot
World
of changing.
Order.
A lot of other places did that shit too.
Yeah, but
like,
they're doing it,
wool
dude.
over people's eyes.
They're doing it
Yeah.
because people don't want to work in there. In terms of like a disease.
Asses off for a little bit of money when they watch people on TV. People
No.
watch people on TV make all this money, and then that you're sitting at your job,
You know,
and you're like, oh, look at this, I'm flipping a burger, or I'm grinding a piece of metal here, or I'm just not making enough.
no, it's not that.
Yeah,
It's
but it is,
because they
no.
don't want to go in there. And if okay, let's say people are dying of the COVID when that COVID still first happened,
Mhm.
people didn't want to come in because they were afraid they were going to get sick in the prison and die. They were like, I'm not going to work in that prison because people like you'd have a unit of like 160 people, and you would have a third of the people with COVID, and then they were trying to figure out what. Yeah.
So
Oh, what did it? Does anybody know what he overdosed of? That's not, dude. They get drugs in there.
Guards take that shit in.
Now listen,
Yeah.
this place ain't even a real prison though. Listen, Mike, this place isn't a real prison though.
Why? What's
It's not, dude. It don't have bar. You got a wooden door. You got a key, man. Like just like this front door here. It's not but you got people that like you had a guy that had got a hold of a syringe, and he overdosed because he was shooting up heroin in that place or something or something. Like, dude, he had guys. Check it out. This is what happened. you had guys, they were getting you know, that K2 stuff. What happened was this: people would make the solution sprayed on their letters, and in that way, when they got their letters, they would tear it up, and then people were smoking it and getting high.
Yeah, that's right. You could buy it as a powder form, and you had to add something else to it, and then it like did that, the melted form, where you could spray it onto something.
And then, dude, as a result,
Yeah.
you had guys that they couldn't take it. They had some guy, dude. These guys were screaming. It's during breakfast, right? Everybody's eating.
They're all fucked up off of that stuff. They're all.
They didn't come
Wow.
out their cell. They were screaming. They said, "Dude, said, get them off of me." You start, I'm afraid it's because we're on Zoom. Zoom isn't the best. So for audio,
That's
but
scary.
dude, the guy was. You could hear this guy from the top
did you-
tier. What?
Hey, Harvey,
What?
did you have problems when you got out of prison one day? Did you have problems about staying in the account? Did you ever think about I have a CO tell you that? You got over the way?
Are you asking me if I ever had trouble, had difficulty standing up for count?
You know, when you got the
No, I never did.
and
That. No, I know.
CO, every time the CO told you to stand in the account in here, when you went home, you ever used about that when you went home?
Nah, man, that's crazy, man. I heard somebody. I heard that happen to somebody though. Check this out. This is another thing, Mike. You have guys that'll be in there so long, and then
Yeah.
like when it's like 6:30 right now, they'll stand outside. They'll stand like in their apartment for count, like it's count time.
Wow.
Dude, a guy that's heads on right. He had told me that. He said, "Man, I did like 15 years in prison, and when I got out, one day I did that, and I was like, dude, what am I doing?"
Wow. That stuff like that is really scary, man. How you
I'm not thinking about that, I'm going to go with 20 years, like, one of these days, look at one of these boys, I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to I'm going to say, hey, why am I standing in the account? My mom's going to say, what are you standing there for? Hey, Mom, I'm standing in the account. She'll laugh at me. I'll say, Mom, well, that's 20 years I have to stand in the account. And I'm going to get laughed at. I'm going to say, well, I'm so used to standing in the account, I got to stop doing it. And then the state food we eat all the time, or eat that. What about eating different food like all the rules?
Are you telling me you're gonna buy
Like,
soy products? Are you telling me you're gonna buy soy meat? They
Attorney calls may be monitored and recorded.
We have here, beef stew, and then real beef stew. It's soy, and it should be weird to have real beef stew. That's what you had today. That's what you're out there. Beef stew. It should just be weird, The cure said the soups out there in the world right now because it's cheap, but I don't think I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have chicken, stuff like that, and steaks, on the grill. That's weird having that. After not having it 20 years.
Hey, Pulver. Hey, Pulver.
I haven't had a cook in a long time.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, dude. Did you get the booster shot, dude, or any of them shots, man? Did you have to get those?
What's that?
Did you have to get a booster shot or any of them shots, dude, when you're there?
Yeah, I got just regular stuff. I haven't got a booster shot in a long time. I just never asked for one.
he's talking about the COVID.
Yeah, the COVID one. Did you have to get one? Did you have to
Oh,
get,
yeah.
They get
I asked for the 2 shots, but I didn't ask for the shot.
Oh, you didn't get it yet, or you're not gonna get it?
Fine.
Don't get it.
No.
Don't get it.
What
Don't-
did you have? Did anything happen to you when you took the shots at all? Did you feel sick or anything? What happened?
Yeah.
I'm just sure nothing happened. You're fine. You're fine the whole time. you
Dude,
know where you are.
What it cost?
Oh, hold on, not yet, brother. I forgot. I have forgot. I'll write it down because I got to order something for somebody else too.
I just thought I would check on you and see if you did, because I know you had to see your PO. How'd the PO go?
You talking about my PO?
Yeah, how did it go when you were talking to her one day?
I got a due now. Remember, I told you the Lord blessed me with a new PO. The other lady, she was, She needs to get saved. The guy I got now, he's all right. I mean, he's really, like he opened up a lot of doors, or he didn't like at least complain and say no. To be honest with you, he's never said no about anything on his own accord. So, but I don't want to push it.
God? Is he in God with nice with you?
I think he is saved. Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
So
you gotta have a good feel out there. And
yeah.
what's up?
Well,
I want to be a charger. I got my charger. You hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
I already my charger. I got my charger put back yesterday.
Hey,
so I do have my tether back. I set my tether back to my charger, and when the next time it comes up, I set my tether and the charger and tether comes from the same company. So I should have my tether, my charger, my credit card from you, and my razor from my mom. My razor from my mom, and then I was stuck for a while.
Do they let you have
So that's
a razor with blades?
My mom put a razor.
no,
I
listen.
want me a charger.
Now, Pulver, hold on. Hold on. Let my stepdad. He wants to ask you a question.
Yeah. Hey, when you get your shaver in, does it have blades in it?
Yeah. Yeah.
They let you
Yeah.
have that?
Yeah.
Holy Christ.
Yep.
Well, what did you use to shave?
Can I have a cigarette?
Listen, now listen. They let us. No, what am I saying? They let you could have a dual blade, and what people do is they'll
It's
take
not
a
a
blade.
weapon, eh?
You can make it into a weapon, but
You put it into your pen.
yeah,
and
but where
rest
he's
it
at.
in there, and it sticks
Are
with
you
that
teaching
far.
people how to do this?
With the top that I done it. I carried one.
Well, I was gonna say,
Put it in your ponytail, didn't you?
Yeah.
he's talking about an electric shaver.
He put that shit in his ponytail.
What do you want now?
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want
Hey, look at Jim Mucker.
to? Oh.
Oh, you did.
Huh?
Oh, you did.
Well, he could tell you himself.
How old am I?
Yeah.
80.
74.
74? My dad's 74.
Hey, what's your dad's name?
Steve Pulver.
Dude, that's what my stepdad's name is. No, I'm just playing.
Liar.
I know.
He's a
I know.
Brothers. Your brothers.
You're funny.
Hey,
well,
I know you're my brother.
well, son.
I know you're my brother in heaven, but you're not my real brother.
Give him a virtual hug right now. Hey, get ready. Daddy's about to give you a hug.
You're my brother, real brother. What you were. You're a good guy.
well, I answered the phone, man. You know?
Answer that.
That's fine, dude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I came in my room today, and the CEO walked by. The nice one we got here. He goes, how are you doing? I said, I'm doing good. He goes, I said, I came in my room, and I'm going to take a shower. He goes, yeah, you clean your room. It looks really nice. Every time they search by a single cell, they say, hey, this room is clean. I said, I cleaned it every time I get in. It's not there at all. And when they come back by and search the room for extra clothes, they search it. One time, a CEO walked by and goes, all I want is one sock off your shirt. That's all I want. And he didn't even come to the room. I couldn't believe it. One day he said that. He looked for pillows one day. Pillows one day. He goes by my room and he goes, step out. And he looked for his big unlucky pillow. He knew I had one. That's all he seen was one pillow and walked back out. I have spoons in there, knives in there, and forks in there. And he don't even say anything about that. Don't even take them at all.
Hey, do you get to go outside? You get to go outside?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
along the building, along the edge of the building there, find yourself a mouse or something. Put them in your pocket. Have yourself a little buddy there.
So we get to go out. We get to go outside
Oh,
the courtyard on the track. On the track, we see birds. You see geese out there. You see some kind of squirrels, and then there's eggs too. There's eggs by the bleachers up there.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
what I was gonna say is, they caught a mouse once.
They did.
They killed
Mouse.
it though. These guys
Oh,
killed
wow.
it.
Killed it.
Yeah, man, animals. You know what? Another thing too.
What's this?
They found the praying mantis, right?
And when they killed it too.
No, this Mexican from Mexico took it and put it in
ate it.
soup and ate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
You like them things. Yeah.
I would have had that. I would have had that sucker.
In the room, and I let them have in the room. What would you do?
I don't think you'd be able to. Oh, dude, I don't think it would happen. I don't think you could hatch that egg in there. You can't incubate it.
We threw it in the field, we threw it in the hole.
Wow, you can get a raw egg right now.
You gonna get a chicken egg in that?
Right by, so right by Rex, by the beaches, they lay all the time now.
You
I
gotta,
heard
you gotta
somebody-
sit on them.
Oh no, wait a minute. No, you talking about birds?
Oh, real bird outside. They laid an egg and you just brought it out the nest.
Oh, dude.
Then you can bring it
Well-
in there, but you gotta keep it warm, a lot warm. I don't think you'd be able to pull it off. You wouldn't be able to pull it off unless you like, you'd end up crushing it somehow. You don't have an incubator there.
Would
Yeah,
you-
it's the room where we can find it, you know where it's boy. I don't think it's in the hole, but like the light in the hole.
Go grab it,
I don't know.
shit out of it.
hey, you know, if it
I don't want to, I think the hopscotch is all different animals. So you could think the hopscotch is all different animals.
you're allowed to have,
Right?
you're allowed to have, I don't know. You're allowed to have animals in Oshkosh? No, he's never been
That's
to
what it's
Oshkosh.
because your
Uh,
dog,
well, they
your
got-
dog program.
yeah, no, they got the dog program. He's
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about-
they do got dog programs.
All
Yeah.
calls other than properly placed attorney calls
No.
may be monitored and
If
recorded.
you don't have dogs in your zone, you should have allowed to have animals in your zone too. I was thinking, because that's still an animal. Like birds and all that, still an animal.
I think I could.
So
you
I
know,
can't really
keep a-
get.
Could you keep a fish in the toilet? Do they check that? Like you put a fish in the toilet, like they show up, you're like, oh shit, grab the fish out the toilet, put it in your
1
pocket,
minute remaining.
have a little bit of water inside there lined with a piece of plastic that you found, sandwich bag. You think you could pull it off?
Yeah, I was thinking.
You
Here he
think you
comes.
could pull it off? Junior.
I know no fish in my toilet.
Oh. Wow.
Uh,
What was that, huh?
This one dude,
No
this one
goldfish.
dude, he took shit. He smeared it on the handle of a broom and put it in the officer's closet. And the officer came out. You just saw his face.
It smells like shit.
hey, Harvey,
What?
on my birthday, a guy in the West Side was telling me, hurry up with the microwave, you know? It was my turn to microwave. He was saying, hurry up, you know, and he wanted his turn. I looked at him and I said, hey, it's my turn.
It's my turn. No, Pulver, he's one of the inmates at RCI that he's the comedy call stuff. I put down there, I said, you know, he's got the mental faculties of a child. I mean, he got a lot of time. I'm not, you know, people would say, well, he should get all that time, but I'm just saying, like, you should see him when he draws. All I'm saying is this: if you see his drawings, I'm just bear with me. It's a funny story, and I'm not trying to make a point. I'm just saying he draws like a child would draw people.
Oh, here I thought you were gonna say he had like a beautiful mind and you do like these really fantastic pictures and he's just like, how could this be? And you're like, and it's just like he draws this like a kid.
But he got into an argument with with my friend Alabama. Something happened, and he got up and he's like, "I'm leaving, fine." Or maybe it was kind of like a mild thing. And I came back and I said, I said, man, I said, Alabama. I said, man, Pulver's mad, dude. I was doing it with I was saying this with a straight face. And he said, I don't, he was like, I don't care. You know, he's the one as the country guy, the Southern dude, like, I don't care. And I said, man, I said, you should have seen what he did. I said, he said, and he was like, I don't care or something, you know. And I showed him a picture that I drew.
What'd you draw?
I drew Pulver as one of his characters that he draws, the way he draws, and I showed him punching Alabama. I said, it gets funnier. And I told him, I said, bam. I wrote bam, like, you know how you got like Batman and Robin when they do the thing bang. And I said, whatever, something. And he said, you know, he said, tell him he come say it to my face. He could, you know, these like goofy white guys, right? Well, Pulver, you gotta excuse me. Alabama's like a goofy white guy. He's like, he could, if he's a man, if he's a real man, he say it in my face or something. So I went back and I drew another picture, and I was like the same thing. It was like, you know, this is he says he's gonna come down here. He says what he's gonna do to you. This kept going, and then eventually I told him, I said it was me. But another thing about Alabama, what I was doing for guys, because they didn't have like a hat or gloves, and they had these sweaters, these huge sweaters everywhere. It was like, you know, I'd cut the sleeves and I'd make them into like a neck warmer. I'll take the end of each of a sleeve of a long, and then I would make it into one neck, and then you can put it over your head and put it on, right? And I said, Alabama, I said, how'd you like that neck warmer? And he was like, yeah, man, you know, it keeps me warm out there when I'm walking. And let's just like my friend text, he was like, yeah, it keeps me warm. I said, dude, you want me? I'll make you I said, no, I said, you want, I made a hat for you. You want it? And he was like, you made a hat. And he's like, you know, you made a hat. And I said, yeah, here. I said, it's a surprise. I'm gonna put it on your head and you can try it on. So it was like halfway on his head, right? And he's like, man, let me see this thing. I took a pair of underwear and I made it. It's halfway on his head.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Wow.
So now let's talk about this trans. You go ahead.
Well, about that, Elon Musk chip for the brain there, neuralink.
The chipperino.
Oh, could you imagine having it? You'd be smarter than the computer. He said.
Wow,
but it has a lot of medical benefits with it too, though. People that have problems like walking, seeing. A blind person can see.
I think that's really awesome. I think they should go ahead and let people get that. If you can see and they can do that and hook that up for you and you can see again, what is the price of your sight? For real, like to be able to see again or hear again. I've seen those videos with those people when they got just those hearing aids and they were able to hear again, and how the people cried and stuff. That made me feel sad. And I'll just imagine the people looking at people and they plug it in and they have videos where they start showing these people their loved ones never were able to see or lost their sight. Now they can see again, and now they get to see all their loved ones again and see life, man. See it. So I'm just listening.
It says right here about what it does. It solves lots of spine injuries, and people will be able, that are paralyzed, will be able to control their thoughts. Think I can walk, and they walk,
and just start walking around again.
Start walking around. Eyesight. It hits that little outfit in your brain, and it kind of flickers like a little camera. See where you're going. You can see everything, but it's more like a camera effect.
Excuse me. But to be walk again, now that's another one. It's like
it releases oxycontin in your brain too.
What? So it gets a person high?
Get you.
Does that mean that get you high,
right? The Oxycontin. You go through
Serotonin.
withdrawals.
Then you can't
Karen,
get off of it, and then you want to stay on the
serotonin,
Neuralink.
whatever it is.
Yeah, the Neuralink becomes a drug.
Yeah.
Not just for the knowledge stuff and all the rest of the stuff they can do for you. It's also that a drug.
This article here is from 2020. And it said by 2020,
You all shaking.
Every-
He's all messed up. All yeah, I need some more Neuralink. And you have a guy had
But
like
that-
3 Neuralinks hooked up to him.
yeah, that's like a pain reliever they're talking about.
Oh my god!
Like
You know
that
how
you
scary
that
that
if
sounds.
you have pains, a lot of pain and
Now
that,
you take that and you hook it
all of
up
a sudden
to a
that-
quantum
all of a sudden
computer.
that pain's not there no more because that formula, like the OxyContin, is taking care of it.
Well, yeah, you're feeling nothing, man. You're on top of the world.
I wonder if you could think, hey, I want another one. If you get another one,
Get another one.
get all fucked up. No, but really, that's something, that it could be scary too, though, because maybe somebody can connect.
Well, with every
Take
good thing, you
control.
got to expect something bad to happen out of it. Everything that they could ever have, it just seems there's always like there's the bad part. People
Hey.
use things for evil all the time.
Shut you down, be walking boot.
Dude,
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
say it. I want to show you guys. It's a 3-minute clip. I saw this yesterday. I sent this to you, Mike. Here, let me Neuralink you back awake.
Yeah, that's some heavy duty shit.
Dude, that's some scary stuff, and then some thrilling
Somebody
stuff,
take
and
control
all
of it.
it feels very emotional, roller coaster when you think about it.
Let me make sure that I got the. Make sure I've got.
I'm trying to
this
think
right.
of that movie where
1, 2, 3, and you can't resist the mark of the beast.
A 30-year-old body. It's a big adjustment emotionally, and that's why we talk with them and counsel them before they go through the whole process. They'll be younger than the grandkids in most cases, and some great-great-grandkids. Now they have no anomalies or defects. They don't age. They don't age. Did you catch that? Remember the scripture that says, in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, but death shall flee from them? Here's how. Some decide they don't want to be immortal, but they would like to be young again, so that's fine, but the
Hell
aging
yeah.
is much slower.
Hell yeah.
The
Hell
second
dude.
time around, because of the adjustments we've made, because they have changed who you are, you see. Our brains have this reptilian gene implanted in us long ago. It's an aggressive gene causing us to be quick to temper and confront each other. In other words, instead of having a loving heart, we have a heart that desires knowledge and to get ahead of our fellow
To
brothers and
be a
sisters.
lizard.
We can remove that aggressive gene. Don't believe it. The person doesn't become milk toast, and they won't be too quick to get angry and do bodily harm to others. Don't believe it. Here's a clip, and this guy's showing you how that they can track and are tracking people that have the anti-V.
So today I want to take a look at this Bluetooth scanner, and many people are talking to me about a Bluetooth address and how the people they're
Vaccinated.
giving off a IPv6 MAC address. So I want you to notice that on this scan,
Cracking you.
we have many of these unknown type, unknown name, no unknown service, unknown vendor, okay? But then again, we have things like these two, which is like an actual device with a name and a major class code, like 1024, and this one is 1024 as well. But with the unknowns, all of them, they are 7936. Okay, all of them, they're all 7936. So why is this the case? Well, let's take a look. Because some people say that it is possible that the unknown addresses are actually coming from phones, or other devices, and they're not actually from people. So let's take a look at this. This is the Bluetooth major device classes here. So as we saw before, the television and the headset speaker actually is 1024. So 1024 is a designation for audio video devices, headsets, speakers, televisions. Okay, but what we saw before was 7936. So let's find that. So here we have 7936, and this is uncategorized. Anything for which the Bluetooth special interest group has not yet defined as code, standardized code. like GPS locators or laboratory probes. So wearable devices like the Apple Watch or something, there's 1792.
So like the biometrics of your body.
No, he's saying that people that took the vaccine that they're emitting a Bluetooth signal.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
And he's
Checking that.
and
Oh,
and that code, that 7936.
oh
Now
shit.
that like the guy that was talking, he has a church, right? And he's like, there was people in there like, how come we're having these Bluetooth signals during service and nobody's phone, I guess, is in the service? Those are people in this congregation that took the vaccine. Now, this guy, I'm not saying the person who's talking is a Christian. I believe he came across it, the guy that was talking from Prophecy Club. But here's the point. It's just that he's showing what now this isn't the only guy that's like stumbled upon this. Other people have said this apparently, and that is that people again who have taken the vaccine are emitting a Bluetooth signal. And Wi-Fi can pick them up. So Wi-Fi can pick them up is what he's saying. And this whoever.
And what are they doing? What else? So they're they're extracting some information from them. But like
maybe it's prepping people for like a neuralink. Like, or maybe the neuralink is a precursor for whatever will prep.
Maybe they're just showing you this is the neuralink, but this is the neuralink.
People just look at it like well, think of it. Okay, let's say you get the Neuralink and then you have that shot and now you're receptible to Wi-Fi. Well, there goes the signals. Like you can walk with the internet in your head.
So they can microwave you just walking down the street and bzzz.
I don't know about microwave, but
yeah, they can track you then because if they have that they can like are tracking you that way with that watch or whatever and their technology, and you're giving off this signal and people are recording and they can track it and see it and stuff like that, so they know where you are and pick and choose who's going to be where and when, and you can just press a button and you just
like an RFID device.
Oh man, oh my god, just like all those like NFL people and all these other like young kids pass away. Could it be just somebody just out there just like, all right, we're gonna start pressing these, but we got all right, so we got kids, we got so many kids we have to do, so they start doing that, and they go, well, we got to get these adults, so many of these adults, so they're pressing. Could it be something? That'd be some weird stuff right there. I'm gonna have to put a foil hat on.
I told you, man. That's why I got mine.
I'm telling you. Oh my.
I think there's another minute. I don't like because really what you watched from the beginning, that wasn't my like that little bit right there. He was talking about the medical beds that you and I are talking about.
Yeah, the medical beds can bring you back. Repair you up to what they said 30 years back. Wow, wouldn't that be something to turn back and then fix you and all your little problems and stuff like that? I got some.
How much stuff have you read about or been exposed to about the medical beds?
Just a little bit, but like there's like other technologies besides just like a medical bed. So there's like those nanotechnologies and stuff. So that's all real stuff. All those things that it's like so far advanced. They can inject you with that, and then they just know what to do. They can go to your cells and they can do all that stuff too, just like that, and they can repair you and do all kinds of things from your cells, being able to do it instead of whatever. I don't know how they would do it in that medical, but I don't understand none of this stuff. So, like off the top of my head, maybe watching some Star Trek, maybe that'll help you out. Me, what you got there?
I thought I had
In the mic.
about being aged. Their science already got something that can reverse your actions on you already. That make you stay young. All your vital organs and that all get
Is it a medical bed?
No, it's just some other treatment.
I can't find it. I know
Not nanos or nothing like that. It's a different one. Yeah, I remember you were saying something about that to me before, and you might have sent me something like that months ago, but I just don't remember it.
I thought I had it, Mike. Anyways,
That was your old phone.
it was. You could sit there and you could be sick, ready to die and everything. That you're all brand new. That's what they're claiming, that science already got this already formulated.
Yeah, but they already had something that was similar like that a long time ago with that one guy. Remember that one guy that made that one machine? He was curing cancer with it, and then all of a sudden He was gone. The machine's gone.
Yeah,
I wish you
yeah.
remembered some of these people. I think that's a good time to take a break right now, so I can remember.
Break
And
time.
he said,
Oh,
but-
I'll break it. Break me off.
piece of that Kit Kat bar.
This is crack, rock cocaine. It isn't glamorous or cool or kid stuff. It's the most addictive kind of cocaine, and it can kill you. What's really bad is nobody knows how much it takes. So every time you use it, you risk dying. It isn't worth it. Look, everybody wants to be cool, but doing it with crack isn't just wrong. It could be dead wrong.
All right. We're back.
We're back. Bye.
We're back and
back,
fire.
back.
Someone's learning how to make fire.
Here I am. Back in the saddle again. That's your grandma used to sing that all the time, huh?
I don't know. I just remember her saying,
Your grandma Kierkowski.
She never called you Richie.
"Oh, that's fine. That's cool." Then
Bring that little dupa here.
how long? How old was she before she passed? She was
She's
in her
like
90s.
89 or something.
No, I think she was in her 90s.
Was she
No,
90s?
she was 89 years old. Oh no, 87.
87.
87. She was 87 when she died.
Oh, here's your light.
The last time I saw her was on the internet. She was on the internet, you know. And,
What was
I
she
said-
trying to do?
oh, she was in the hospital. And I said, "You know who I am?" And she knew exactly who I was.
She did. She didn't know who I was.
My daughter should have stayed married with you. She liked me, you know. Ellen did.
Mm-hmm.
She did. She liked me, and so did Caroline.
Yep. Gone. There's in peace, Auntie Caroline.
I was the only one. I was the only one in that family, hey, that could put my hand on her knee.
Wow.
For real. Bob Hogan put her hand down there, and she smacked him so hard it sounded like a shotgun going off.
You got that.
Yeah, she. You know, her story was about her why she never got married again. Eh?
Why?
And she didn't why she didn't get married. She was going to Sky and through school and that, and he left.
Dude, I'm getting
He-
neuralinked
he
right now.
Banged her and left. And that was it.
Look at that malfunction.
Turned her right off. She told me the whole story about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Neuralink, not neural.
And Neuralink, that could be pretty scary shit though. For real, that Neuralink could be pretty scary. Could you imagine he's sitting there and somebody shut you down like they're gonna do with the cars?
Bring
With
some
their-
Hey,
with
no,
their-
that ties in.
Link, get over here.
Hey, that ties in with that social credit score.
Yep, you got to start turning your shit down when you be dumb.
You don't want to comply? No, you don't want to comply. Can't use your bank account.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to listen? You want to obey? We'll shut your site off.
Now I'm telling you guys right now that if you look at
Holy crap.
if you look at the book of Revelation, it talks about not being able to buy or sell without something. So
Yeah.
a lot, so like me being a Christian, when I look at it from a Christian perspective in the Christian community, the vaccines, the way that this virus came about. Now, granted, you had the Spanish flu in like 1914, whatever, killed millions, right? Now, when this COVID happened, I remember watching on the news, which I've watched very little when I was gone. But there was like an average of 500 to 600 people a day dying, they said, in New York of COVID.
Hey, didn't you say that like the hospitals were all full?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what? My wife and I drove past the hospital. There's nobody even in the emergency room. But you know,
He-
whatever. That's
I look
either here or there.
in the Christian community, we look at it like we look at like when you look at Matthew 24, Jesus said that there'll be pestilence before he comes. And pestilence is another word for disease.
Dude, there's all kinds of crazy shit happening, man. Now there's a new one they're talking.
You got the Neuralink, you got these vaccines today, the social credit score. And this guy, I guess this guy from when I was watching Alex Jones show, he was quoting Charles Schwab, I think it is. And he was talking, and Charles Schwab was promoting China's methods for governing its citizens, and saying that that's like the blueprint that the rest of the world should follow. And so
It's not
Alex,
even free.
so Alex Jones, he posts that because he's anti globalism, anti new world order, right? So
So
of course,
Trump is too. He was stopping all that shit.
I definitely think that Donald Trump. Well, I tell you what. Let's say elections were tonight, and tomorrow you woke up and Donald Trump lost the election again. Do you believe that there'd be massive riot? You're burning the carpet. Would you believe that there would be massive riots?
No.
I think it. I
No.
think there would. I think that the riots,
Civil War.
dude. I think that well, yeah, but not like Civil War in reference to conservatives and liberals.
Yeah, right.
You know something about that ties in with the Christian community? Dimitri Duduman said that the fall of America will happen with an internal revolution. He prophesied this. He was saying that the Lord showed him. I believe it. What?
And the country could step in quickly.
The UN.
Yeah.
That's when you listen. That's if a person were to listen to Ken Peters.
And talked about all that stuff. And remember, he was talking about
You talking about Ken Peters?
Is that
the money? That's the
same
guy about the money. That's the
okay,
money guy. Well, listen,
so you think the other thing's going to happen then? Okay, if the 9/11 happened and it shows it on the bills, and it showed like what it was New York or something like that, and it showed like there was supposed to be a missile.
That's the Jonathan Fleck guy.
That's him, but that ain't the same guy that came up with that.
No, Ken Peters, he's the one that said that when the 7-year tribulation happens and all these things occur, he said that in the 1980s, he's seen what our money looks like today.
Oh, see.
And then he said when that happened, bless you, when he said when that happened, that there was a ribbon. Not only was the face of the president larger and moved to the side, but there was a ribbon, and that ribbon was used to track where the money was going. And he said he knew what the money looked like, and then he knew about big screen televisions in people's houses in the 1980s. He knew about computers before he seen them. And now think about what's happening today with the COVID vaccine, and I mean with the COVID pandemic, that opened the door for people on one side to be willing to surrender freedom.
Control.
But you have
people control massively,
and people freely.
Yeah, they all said me.
Now, not everybody, and
yeah,
now you have people rebelling.
Like I've seen a whole bunch, and then people who didn't wanna, they got all pointed fingers and yelled at.
Where's all these woke people now? You know, so I was like, it's dwindling, or is it just?
There's only 1,000 of them. There's only a couple thousand. And the voice of many. It's all fake. I don't know.
The army is talking about the woke.
There you go. Some new ones.
All these guys are quitting, are retiring. They ain't going along with it. And our military is getting smaller.
That opens the door for somebody else to step in that spot to take his place. These people need to stand their ground. Don't leave. Don't leave. You got to stay. You got to stay, and you got to push back if you don't like that shit, because that's how it is. Because what do you want your army not to be doing? Anything we're going to do? Throw high heels at someone or whatever it is they're going to be doing? Oh, I identify as a rocket launcher, and they just lay there. Or like, I don't know, man. It's just people go into fake shit going on. I don't know, man.
Hey, look at that. Pick me up, and you got these feet first in front of you.
I had some chili last night. Hurry up. We can win. There's only one left.
Yeah, that's a shame that they're doing that kind of stuff.
It's
Leave
a
everything
fucking
alone.
rocket launcher.
Yeah. It's really getting this guy. Check this guy out, man. With a fucking rubber Susie doll, you know, one of them rubber dolls.
He married it.
He fell in love with it, and his wife got mad and got divorced because he loved the doll more than he loved her. And that was in the paper. Man, that was a trip, eh?
Dude, that's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a laughing, but it's not.
You know,
that-
but that ain't true. That ain't true because you know I was looking. When I was young, I wanted a woman that I could put on the couch and say, "Stay there," and I can go away. You know, but they ain't gonna happen. They ain't gonna. If you're gone for a long time, they're gonna leave. So I bought one of these rubber dolls and said, I set her on the couch and I said, "You stay there." And I went off to Arizona and I come back, you know, about 4 or 5 months later. I'd be goddamn. It was laying on the floor. You can't trust anything.
Oh.
You know?
God, what a story that was.
Fine.
I was waiting for you to say I came back after 4 to 5 months and there was another guy who was living in the apartment and he said I'm renting. This is my apartment now. And then but you said yeah he said he said
It's all right.
Babe, now
The guy's cheat. His wife is cheating on him, right? The guy sneaks through the back door, coming through the back door. You know when he's got it made? When he's leaving through the front door.
Yeah.
He got it made, man.
You have to put insert crickets or something. I'm lost.
I soundboard.
Did you?
Yeah.
You said. Is it?
I liked it. I liked Ken.
everything you said.
I liked it. Yeah.
I liked everything. I'm just jealous. Just and envious. Now you know.
Oh man.
Hey, I sent out a box, right, out to Colorado. It had a notebook in it for this little program I was in. And I was sending it back to him. I went down to the post office on First Street there, dropped it off. And then when I was down there, it was sitting on my steps. I got it back. So I put another sticker on that baby and brought it right back there. And I said to that lady, "I don't want this coming back to my house now." He said, "Why would happen?" I said, "It was supposed to go off to Colorado." I said, "No, I can't find a Colorado sticker." But my sticker was on there. So they made a mistake.
You guys want
What's this?
Oh,
you got
this is
here?
Alex.
Yeah, check them out.
Alex Jones, baby. Let's check it out. Let's see what the
Richie, we're coming for you too.
He's pointing right at you.
Buy my pills. My supplements.
That's pretty much like the narration right there. Buy my pills.
Mm-hmm.
Infowars.
He got a thing in the mail.
Exclusive.
start
Alex
paying that.
Jones unloads on Piers Morgan after failed
$1
hit
million.
piece.
He had like 5 different.
Oh,
7
dude, he
different
went on
things.
Piers Morgan's show and did this.
Shooting
Now this
was,
this would be newsworthy.
When is this from?
2022 is almost over, and we are so close to shutting down Infowars.com. They only need a few $100,000 to be able to stay on the air, but I know you will not go donate at Infowars.com or Infowarsstore.com. Do not buy their products. Do not protect your immune system. Do not get Real Red Pill Plus. Do not get Infowars MD or Infowars Platinum.
10 years ago in 2013, Piers Morgan invited me on his CNN show. How about Prozac? You know, the number one, oh, that's the big sponsor, isn't it? Or that whole class of drugs.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh, got to cut that off, don't you? Don't want to talk about the U.S.
Come to
number one
Prozac.
cause of death is suicide now because they give people suicide mass murder pills.
Calm down.
Your answers give more money to the psychiatrists and psychologists and put more crazy people on drugs that make them kill people, Piers.
Was the biggest event that year in the ratings, CNN admitted. But I literally mopped the floor with him. I said, if you want our guns, 1776 will commence again. Well, now they've used Sandy Hook and other events to come after our First Amendment, not just our right to self-defense, but our right to free speech. So a few weeks ago, he asked me on a show and I said, I'll only do it live. So he canceled it. Then he said, okay, you can come on live. And I promise you only spend a little bit of time on Sandy Hook. So I said, send me a list of topics because I don't want to talk much about Sandy Hook. I'll answer questions, but in a full hour, I want to cover the Davos group, fentanyl deaths, open borders, the war in Ukraine, the forced injections. He said, I promise, his producer told us, we promise we're going to cover that. And I said, I want a list of topics from him. Here it is. Sandy Hook's way down here. He spent 99% of the time hammering their talking points over and over again. They're the ones that live off Sandy Hook. They're the ones that keep that shooting in everybody's minds constantly by connecting it to me. I did not shoot those children. Adam Lanza did. And back when I was on Piers Morgan's show 10 years ago, I said Adam Lanza got the gun illegally and was on Prozac. But they just hyped the few times I said it could have been staged. And of course, a lot of stuff staged. Everybody questions that, but I never harassed the families. So I went on his show, and there he is brown-nosing the system, bringing it up over and over again and telling me to apologize for the horrible things I've done. The corporate media is dying. Everybody knows they lie. Everybody knows they're a fraud. And so they want to demonize me as the archetypal example of a populist in the attempt to demonize you. But the good news is on the streets of America and in other countries, I'm more popular than ever. I get 99% love. 5 years ago, I got 80% love. 20 years ago, I got 50% love. So all I'm getting is love basically now. And I want Piers Morgan and the dinosaur media and the establishment to know you failed. And despite all your attempts to shut us down, we're still alive at Infowars.com/show-and-band.video and reaching millions and millions of people. So here's a few excerpts of Piers Morgan crapping the bed, lying about what he's going to do, and just trying to score points with Democrat Party PR firms that want to take the American people's guns. But I'll say this. In the interview, they had one of the Sandy Hook parents on saying she sleeps with a gun because she's scared of what I've sent people to do. I never sent anybody to go after her. They have no proof of that. It's totally made up. But I love the fact that she finally gets that, yes, you have a Second Amendment to protect yourself. So whoever's coming, a mugger, a robber, a crazy person, a Black Lives Matter person, I'm glad the Sandy Hook mom has a gun to protect herself. And I'm glad that anti-gun redcoat, that anti-free speech redcoat has crawled his ass back to the Islamic State of the UK where he deserves to be. If you love tyranny, go live in North Korea or China or places like Australia or the UK. So I'll give you this, Piers. You deported your own ass back to the UK to be a good slave. So I actually respect you. You love tyranny. You love slop. You're like a pig in shit, and you're right there. So Piers Morgan, from one American to a limey redcoat, burn in hell. You'll never get our guns, our free speech. We're winning, and you know it, loser. Cheers. Loser.
Well, I created a show called Uncensored because I believe passionately in free speech. In a moment, I'll be talking to Alex Jones, live and uncensored, for exactly that reason.
Loser, right?
We've reached a dangerous moment
our guy.
in our culture. Honestly held opinions and debates are stifled by fear. People are vilified, abused, harassed, sometimes even fired from their jobs because their opinions deviate from a sanitized worldview of a militant minority.
This guy right there is.
Yep, Piers Morgan. Well,
I like that
your
guy.
uncle. That's your
you
uncle.
want Piers Morgan?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's,
like
that's
that.
your uncle.
What makes you like him?
He likes his hair.
Because he talks about you a lot. You know, so I got to know him, you know. The Richie.
Richie's a very
You know that Richie? Yeah.
I thought
He said that his great-great-grandfather lived next door to my great-grandfather.
that I thought that he was gonna say, I thought what was gonna come out of his mouth was at the end, at 17, 76 will commence again. I thought that's what he was. gonna
Yeah,
say.
I thought he would say that too. Yeah.
Mhm.
But it could be disastrous.
You guys ready to wrap it up?
I'm wrapping it up.
Ready to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Wrap her up.
Night, night.
We're gonna do Saturday night.
Yeah.
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
All right. Well, then
Sunday
this
morning.
is
Ken.
and this is Rich, and this is
Manwich.
Man
Mm.
Witch. Good night, everybody.